And welcome to Atheist Church. Today I thought I'd do a little book review. I got a new book here. It's called Jesus Loves You, This I Know. And it's by Craig Gross, who you might know from xxxchurch.com. They had the Christian porn ads, which I responded to and was really disappointed. So I don't know how that's going to win anyone over. And also Jason Harper. Jason Harper is a minister at a big church here in Sacramento, what I think of as a corporate church, just like a huge mega church with a big giant parking lot full of SUVs and such. But Jason's also, he's a friend of mine. We both use the term friend, but it's interesting in the day of Facebook and MySpace and, friends. We like each other. We get along pretty well. He's never helped me hide a body or anything. We're friends. But so he wrote this book, Jesus Loves You, with Porn Church Guy. This is the guy, the Porn Church Guy is the guy that toured the country with Ron Jeremy. And in the, Degrees of Separation game, I too have been on stage with Ron Jeremy when the documentary on him came out. We played it here at the Crest and I emceed, and I got to interview Ron Jeremy, which was a strange night. So this book has a chapter called Loving the Skeptic. The skeptic that he focuses on the most is me. Me and Jason met, and he describes when we met that I came and held up my sign that said, "Atheist will convert for food, God bless," with a question mark, my panhandling sign, outside his church. He says in the book that I do it just because I sort of made a game of it. He never mentions, and I'm sure he knew, that I was filming a documentary about the myth of the affluent panhandler, a documentary called Why Lie, I Need a Drink. Slipping a plug here, it's coming to DVD soon. So he doesn't mention that in the book, and I think it makes me sound like even more of an ass than I am. And I'm an ass enough, I think. So, but the thing that I want to set the record straight, and hi Jason, I assume you'll see this, something he got really wrong in here. In the beginning of this, he sort of explains why I'm an atheist, and there's a thing about how I found hypocrisy in the church. And I've never said any such thing. I do find hypocrisy in the larger scale church, but I never left my religion because of dissatisfaction with the church. I would only leave a church because of dissatisfaction with the church. If I still believed in God, if I never went to any church, I could still be a Christian and have a relationship with, the Bible and with this being that I would believe in if, like I said, I was a Christian. So it doesn't make sense to me at all. And we had a long talk. He mentions that we went out and, had tea together. And we had a long talk, and it feels like he didn't get any of it. I said very clearly that because he's part of a large church, I maybe mentioned some of the problems that I have with churches, but I mapped out exactly how I became an atheist, what books I read, what experiences I had, and none of it had anything to do with dissatisfaction with any particular church. I also mentioned that I went to a small church that they met in an old army barracks, and they were like not a big ritzy church, and I loved it, and I still have a lot of affection for the majority of the people there, and I have some really fond memories of attending that church. So you didn't get that one right, and I feel like it's the question that you wanted to address. It's an easy thing to address, and so I sort of became your person you could pin it on. So, for anyone that maybe found this video searching for this book because you read it and were interested in it, I can't speak about the rest of the chapters, but that one, I'm sorry, but you just didn't get it accurate. And now Jason had emailed it to me, and I said, I emailed him back, and I said, I won't be upset if you publish it the way that you've written it here, but I don't feel it's accurate. And I explained just what I just explained to you, why it is that I left the Christian faith, why I let go of my religion. So at that point, maybe it was too late for him to edit. I don't know. There's a page in here where he says, why people have left the church, and says, but the hundreds I have talked to, most have had an experience with the church. Of those I am in relationship with, many tell me how they were burnt or let down, again, by the church. And it's great to question the church, but I don't know, I talk to atheists literally every day. And while they will kvetch about hypocritical behavior in the church, whatever, I don't know any of them that that's their reason or their main focus for not being Christian. It really always comes down to a scientific question, you know? So I just haven't had that same experience. And then it says, I do not know Keith's reason. He has not told me. Maybe he is afraid to. Yep, back to trust. As I've gotten to know him, I think part of it is that he just likes to argue and get people ticked. Right, now if I did, on some level, believe that my eternal salvation may be at risk, I'd just have fun with it because I like to get people ticked. It's not true. I do love to debate, and yeah, I'm a little bit of a provocateur because I think it can lead to good discussion. I don't necessarily like to get people ticked, though. I'm not intentionally trying to rile people up. I actually try to be very polite in my discussion with people. But I also think part of him wants to dodge the responsibility of giving credence to God, because if he did, he would then have to be responsible to God. Okay, I'm sorry, Jason. That's actually a little bit offensive. I bear more responsibility for my behavior as a human than most people I know, and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but it's true. I mean, in my diet, in my in my lifestyle, in my personal relationships, and everything I do, I really try hard to make sure that I'm being the best citizen that I can be, a citizen of this planet. A citizen of the human race, a citizen of my country, my state, my town, my arts community, etc. I bear a lot of responsibility, and I work really, really hard to try to be a good person. So, what responsibility am I dodging? Nowhere in here does it say that I have an intellectual problem and that I have serious intellectual arguments that Jason, as well as other Christians, have failed to answer. And nowhere in here does it provide any of those answers. Instead, we've got these platitudes and false assumptions about atheists. Cool, thank you. I really appreciate the plug for the Coexist Comedy Tour that's in here. That's nice. But I think you missed the mark. And if you'd ever like to come on Atheist Church and have a serious discussion about atheism and why I'm an atheist, and in the comment section I'm sure other people will give you their reasons for being an atheist, and I trust that the majority of them will be polite and civil in talking with you, then I hear and invite you, Jason, to come and do that, and that would be great. So, again, I'm not angry, but I am a little bit disappointed, and mostly I really want to set the record straight and tell you the accurate story of why I'm an atheist and how I became one. It's not in here. So. Watch later today. I'll put up a video about my new t-shirts, and we'll have them up for sale today. And also later today, I'm going to try and put up some new stand-up comedy clips. So, thanks. See you guys next week.